great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. My name, James Oliver Hacking III. I'll be here for the next hour. I'm an immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in San Diego, California, Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, and the home headquarters here in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm here with my good friend, Huli Halleck. She'll be watching the comments, keeping you all honest, making sure you're not causing trouble. How is everybody doing? Got a lot of the regulars here. Hina's here. Somebody beat Hina, though. Tyrone, Jay Cruz up in ND. Harley is here. Raphael's checking in from Boston. Nurse Laura says TGIF all the way from Seattle. Kofi's in Atlanta. Rocio's here, as she often is. Dondada, Jamaica. Hello from Rhode Island. Karia says lots of love from DC. Got their EAD approval notice today. Atlanta, Georgia, representing Jamaica. Fred is here. Hope is here. Hey, Hope, everybody beat you today. You be slacking. I don't know. Robert is here. James Mensa is here. Look at everybody here. Whizling's here. Carolyn. I wonder where Carolyn is. Rich is here. Big ups to Rich. Lindy's here. Hi, Lindy. How you doing? Marla's back. And Donna's here. Big up. Donna's going to give up the ups in a little bit. All right. So I'll be here for the next hour, like I said, answering immigration questions. A little bit of an announcement. Starting in about a week and a half, we are going to start doing this show live on TikTok and YouTube probably every time. So we're going to try to figure out how to incorporate that. We think we can help a lot more people from TikTok. And so we're just going to give it a run and see how it goes. Also, I'm going to try to create a piece of content every single day moving forward. So either a show or a new video or some combination thereof every day. I'm having so much fun doing this show during Ramadan. We'll see if we can do it. I'm going to need to record some for my trip when I'm out of town. But I'll also be doing some shows from the left coast and maybe even one from Minnesota. The waiting room is filling up, so if you want to get on in there, go ahead and hop on in. Julio will share the link, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Freddie was here first, so Freddie goes first. Hi, Freddie. You're on
Hi,
mute.
Mr. Jim. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, first of all, Mr. Jim, I'm one of your client. Thank you. For the what do they call this one? The mandamus.
Yeah.
Pretty good outcome. Thank you. After waiting for a couple years, I have a question. So, it shows in the website online my green card and my wife's green card is already approved, which is Josefina confirmed it, and she provided me from the U.S. attorney. So now I have this second interview notice that was sent last March 12th. After they received and served the lawsuit to the defendants. And then in March 12, the notice date, and then after that, it says there, my initial interview, supposedly that's the second interview, but they put it, initial interview is on Wednesday, April 10th, 8 a.m. at New York field office. And after that, they approved our what do you call this one? Our green card, both my wife, last April 1st. And I communicated with Josefina, blah, blah, something that she communicated with U.S. attorney. And then the U.S. attorney provided that it's approved, the actual 545 form. And now my question, Mr. Jim, is that what should I do with that April 10th, 8 a.m. interview?
As long as Josie notified the U.S. attorney, you're fine. You have an approved green card. I think you're just waiting for the card to arrive.
Oh yeah, perfect. So I don't need to go to New York field office, all those stuff, since they already confirmed. Okay, perfect, Mr. Jim.
Freddie, how did you get your green card through employment, or how did you get your green card?
Okay, it's through employment. I'm the primary. I'm the derivative actually. My
Right.
wife is the
Mm.
primary, so I'm the derivative. So both of us got unapproved. We already finished interview last year. Yeah, that's why we got your firm to to represent us because of the long delays. I keep on asking their updates. They say due to the that's normal due to the security clearance delay, blah blah blah, all those stuff. So every month, and then I got sick and that's why I get your office to your services, and I'm really thankful, Mr. Jin, for that. I really appreciate, and it's very good. So all those watching right now, if you really need Mr. Jim Hacking's office in immigration related, I highly recommend his law firm. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Jim.
Thanks, Freddie, very much. Just real quick, would you mind giving the timeline? Like, when did you file the 45 and when did you have your interview?
Okay, perfect. So it was filed last May 20, May 2020. That was during pandemic, and it was pending for 3 years and 11 months. It's been going around different Texas Service Center, Nebraska, California field office, and
Everywhere.
then they sent it to here. And then I got a city on tired, so I see I just that's enough. So I got your information by I mean your law firm information in the YouTube, and in I got all those comments. That's really nice feedback. So I decided, okay, this is the right law firm that I'm gonna
Awesome.
pursue.
Great. Thanks, Freddie. I'll tell Josie that Josefina, that you gave her a shout out. So thanks so much.
Definitely, thank you very much for for your team and within your team. Thank you,
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Freddie. See you, buddy. That's awesome. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that after you get an approval notice, you get an interview notice. That sounds like them. So, but Freddie's happy. That's great. I'm glad the lawsuit worked. Danielle is here. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Mr. Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. Yeah, I've been watching your video. I got your video from a friend, and your video is very helpful, and I've been watching on YouTube. So thank you for the encouragement as well.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So, Mr. Jim, I have some questions for you. I'm from the Bahamas, and I want to live and work here in the United States, right? And so I want to also do things the right way. So I wanted to know, how can I obtain a green card and also a social security? And I don't want to become a citizen, like give up my birthright from the Bahamas, but just wanted to be a resident, a permanent resident here in the United States.
So right now you're in the Bahamas.
Yeah, I'm here in United States actually.
Oh, on what? A visit visa?
Pardon me?
On a visit visa or what?
Oh, I came on a police record. I don't have any visa.
You have an E visa? Is that what you said?
Say it again.
What kind of a visa do you have?
Yeah, I have it's a police record that allow you to travel. You can travel on the police record or a visa, but I have a valid passport, but not a visa. I came on the police record.
Okay,
Um,
when did you
yeah,
enter?
yeah, I came in last year November.
And when are you supposed to leave?
By next month.
And is that your plan? Are you going to leave on time?
Yeah, I want to, yeah. But
Okay,
I also want to, I was wondering, I don't know, because I wanted to, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that you can stay here and you can work on getting your green card
no,
and so
no,
forth. Okay.
no.
Hmm.
So I have a video. I just sent it to somebody the other day. Go on my channel and look for 4 ways to stay. There's 4 ways to stay in the United States: employment,
Okay.
employment, marriage or family,
Okay.
the diversity visa, or asylum. So asylum would be if you fear to go back to the Bahamas. So that's not going to work. So it's either going to be employment or family or the diversity
Okay.
visa. So the diversity visa, people you
Yeah.
apply in October. So that's probably so you're probably gonna have to leave on time. And then if you're here, you could be looking for an employer to sponsor you. But I got to tell you,
Uh-huh.
right now,
Yeah.
that's a to get an employment green card right now, even the most
Yeah.
basic kind, it's a 4 or 5 year wait where you're outside the United States.
Okay. Oh, so so you're saying that I can look for an employer to be able to work and then they'll be able to help me
They could, if they're
sponsor.
willing to.
Uh-huh.
What's your employment or education background?
Yeah, well, I worked as a landscaper and then I also worked in the restaurant industry as well too and the hotel.
So maybe what you want to think about is what you might like is uh, an H-2B or an
Okay.
H-2B or an H-2A, you
Okay.
can come as a seasonal worker, and you
Okay.
come for 6 months, you go back for 6 months. So you'd have to go through an agency for that, but that's probably what you should be thinking about.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you say it's an H2B and an H2A.
Yeah. Yeah, one would be for
Okay.
landscaping and one would be for working in the hotel. So look those up and try to find an employer. And
Yeah.
that sort of fits with what you said. You said you don't really want to become a citizen, but you want to be able to come and go. So you can come up for
Yeah.
6 months at a time,
Mm-hmm.
then you're good.
Okay. Because what happened, I was here in the United States. I came for it was back in 2021. I came for not exactly 6 months, but I came and I went back home. And so I came here simply because the employer who wanted to hire me, he said he was going to help me to get my green card and stuff. But I'm iffy about it. I don't know if he's going to do it.
It sounds a
But
little
he said he's going to help me with it.
sounds a little sketch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
I would say get it all in writing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Thanks,
Okay.
Danielle. Good luck.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Hacken. Thank you so
Thanks for
much.
watching. See
Okay.
ya.
Bye-bye.
I'd like to go to the Bahamas. How about that? That'd be nice. Or down where it's so hot in Jamaica. Donna's saying it's too hot. Harley is here. Hello, Harley.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'd like to go to the Bahamas myself. Sorry for the background, doing some yard work, but I really, on behalf of everybody, I know everybody tells you thank you, but heartfelt thank you for all the giving us.
A heartfelt, you're welcome.
Quick background. You've answered some questions for me before, but just a quick background. I've been a permanent resident since 1968. I'm applying for my U.S. citizenship currently. I filled out the N-400 the other night, and I didn't complete it because I was having some memory of on question 23 when it was asking about have you ever been cited or any type of criminal offense. I was pulled over for not wearing my seatbelt. Pretty proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
In 2019, but I have a memory of something when I was in college being pulled over when I lived in Atlanta, but that was in the mid 80s. But I don't want to file the application without entering everything correctly. So
are those two different things or one thing?
Two different things. In 2019, I had a seatbelt infraction here in Springfield, Missouri.
So that one you got nailed down all right.
I beg your pardon?
So that one you have nailed down all right. It's the old one.
Yeah.
I think you just put down totally 1980s traffic stop and then fine paid. I would just leave it like that.
Yeah. Is there any way to find details on that? Like if I could call the county sheriff's office in the county.
That's 40 years ago, Harley. I doubt it.
Okay. I just don't want to mess up my interview. So
you're not going to. Just
okay.
they'll be glad you said. As long as you can say I took care of the ticket, that's all they're going to care about.
Oh, okay. All right, sir. I hate to keep bothering you, but I'm called back, so I'm sorry for everybody taking your time. So
it's all good. Thanks, Harley.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Good luck, buddy. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Zohair is here. Hello, Zohair.
Hey, Mr. Hacking, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I think I spoke to you a few months ago, so just a little recap of my situation. I had a I-751 joint petition and a N-400 on file. I gave my naturalization interview, and after that, found my wife on a dating app, and then she decided to write a letter to USCIS to basically, remove her I-751, and out of spite wrote that I married her for papers. So, basically, they did deny my N-400, and they also denied my I-751 joint. So I filed the I-751 waiver with because my divorce is currently in the process. My question is, now does that reset my N-400 timer from like when I refiled it? Because there was like a month in which I didn't really have you denied my application. Do I have to wait 5 years from when I filed my I-751 solo or from my initial green card?
5 years from the start date on your green card.
Conditional green card. Okay. And then the second question is, do I Can you hear me?
Before your question, make sure that you do a FOIA, a G639 on your immigration file, because you might be able to get what she wrote to them, and you might want to have that before you naturalize.
Oh, I already have what she wrote to them because she wrote it on a piece of. She wrote it through an iPad that I had gifted her, and that was all backed up to my iCloud. So,
Nice.
I knew what she wrote. She didn't give any proof. She just said, "I want to withdraw my application. I believe my marriage was it was not in the best of interest. It's a violation of fraud," and that's it. What did concern me was that she mentioned an officer by name, which was, I don't know, like, how was she able to get a hold of someone at USCIS? So that was one concern.
Yeah.
So the other question I wanted to ask is, do you think I should apply for naturalization? I become eligible in July, or should I just wait for my I-751 waiver to be like approved or call for an interview? What do you suggest on that?
When did you file the new 751?
The new 751 went out on December, and the receipt date is on December 18th.
And when are you eligible to apply for citizenship?
Based on the 5-year rule, if I do from my like initial conditional, I become eligible in July 26th of 2020 of this year, 2024. Because I got my conditional green card on, I believe, in August or September of 2019.
I think that's a great question. I think it's sort of a close call. I mean, if you file the N400 before the 751 is approved, you're more likely to get interviewed on the 751. You're likely to put more scrutiny on the 751 by filing for naturalization. So it's sort of a trade-off, right? Like, I do think filing for naturalization will move everything faster, but I also think you're going to get more scrutiny of your 751 solo by filing, right?
Understood.
So that's a tough call. To me, it would depend on how much evidence you have besides the mean letter from your ex-wife to be. And for that matter, I definitely wouldn't apply for naturalization until the divorce is final, because the Nats could speed up the 751, and you could find yourself with an interview and not a finished divorce, and that would keep you from being able to get the 751 solo approved, because it has to be final for them to issue the waiver.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, we're in a very contested divorce, so I don't know how long that's gonna take.
Well, so to that end, I always tell the person in your shoes, try to make it as uncontested as possible. Just be done with this lady. Let her have what she wants and just get away from her.
Well, she's not letting me have access to my kids. She's putting all these roadblocks, so I have to fight for that. That's the only thing
Well, if you have kids, I mean, that shows that the marriage was legit too. So that she's gonna have a hard time saying you married her for a green card when you have kids.
Yeah, that's I have plenty of evidences. Like, I had kids. We traveled a lot as well, so I have a lot of strong evidences.
I would apply for naturalization the day after the divorce is final.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Bye, Zahir. See you, buddy. Mandy was here yesterday trying to get on, and I couldn't get her, and then she left, and I felt bad. Mandy, how you doing?
Oh, hi. Sorry, no, I think I just ran out of time and was getting a bit panicky.
It's all good. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's okay. I'm in a bit of a pickle, really. I came to the States a year ago yesterday. Married my childhood sweetheart.
Congratulations.
Thank you. On the 30th of May last year. We applied, we sent in the I-130 in, I think it was August, and we got a response from them on the 16th. So we've got a priority date of August the 16th. The more I read, the more confused I get, because I came over on a visa waiver.
Sure.
So I don't have a visa.
Yeah, that's okay.
And my husband is a legal permanent resident. He's not a citizen.
So that's a problem.
Yeah, he's been a citizen for a long time, and there aren't any bars to him applying. He's got two children.
You mean he's been a green card holder for a long time?
Sorry, yeah, he's been a green card holder for, I think it's 15 years, he was saying. So because we've not heard anything, I've received this I-797C notice of action that was in August. with no instruction on it.
Wait, so did you file just the I-130 or did you file the I-130 and the 485 and everything else?
Well, this is it. I only filed the I-130 waiting for a response. And I now know there's going to be like, oh, why did you do that? Why have you done this? Why have you done that?
Okay, so there's some mistakes here. Yeah, because there's an argument that if you had filed for the 45 before the 90 days were up, you might have been okay. I don't think that's a winning argument because he's a green card holder. So he needs to apply for his citizenship yesterday.
Yeah, I think that's...
If he's had a green card for 15 years, what country is he from?
The UK.
So I suspect he's going to is he willing to give up his allegiance to the king?
Yeah. He's got 2 teenage children here.
Okay. So he should apply for citizenship right away. And I would start work. I mean, we can help you if you want, but I would start working on the green card part. And I would say probably once you get the receipt notice back on his naturalization, I'd go ahead and apply for your green card. And then his citizenship is what's going to help you. Oh yeah. Oh, Lexi, thank you. Mandy, what was the date that you entered?
The 4th of April, 2023.
In 4th of April. And when did you get married?
The 30th of May.
Ooh, so we got another problem.
I know.
Good catch, Lexi. Thank you. So you get married within 60 days, which that means they presumed immigrant intent.
Yeah.
And oh man, this is a real pickle because now, if you left the United States right now, you would have a 3-year bar on coming back, and if you wait more than 3 months and leave, then you have a 10-year bar on coming back. So this is, I suppose you didn't talk to an attorney when you guys did all this, right?
No, we were advised, didn't take any legal advice, to fill the forms in, was absolutely honest, and just expected that when I put it, I actually wrote on the I-130 that I came in on a visa waiver, excuse me, expecting if they were going to say no, well, you can't do that, you know, what you're trying to do. But we've heard nothing at all. So it's like, what do we do? Head in the sand and waited. And now it's like, whoa, we need to do something now.
How long have you known your husband?
40 years nearly.
How many? Oh yeah,
40.
Yeah. How many did you come to visit him before this trip?
I came in so very quickly, and we were together sort of 30 odd years ago, 37ish years ago. I went back to the UK. He stayed. He's had his home family. I've got my own family. And then over COVID, it was actually, we were just chatting on the internet and just you know, it's literally fell back in love again. And you know, it's a lovely story, but you know, it doesn't get me a green card. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to be married to somebody who I love. It's simple as that.
Yeah, I believe you. So I guess what my question is, since you reconnected, have you been to visit him before this trip?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with the COVID ban, I couldn't travel. So, I mean, I got one cancelled. Then I came in January. He came over soon after. And luckily I was in a position to be able to say, well, you know, I'll just keep popping over and visiting. And I was here for a week and they cancelled my flight. So I stayed, didn't rebook it. And we were planning on getting married anyway, you know, but it was back in the UK and we just said, we'll just get married. So the green card wasn't the first thing on our minds. It was getting married, you know, and being together and working out a way how to do it. So then we just followed up with it and applied. And we are where we are. So
okay. So would it be fair to say that you didn't know about that 60-day rule?
Correct.
And the biggest question, I don't want you to answer this right now, okay? But the thing you need to be thinking about is, if you were 100% sure when you came on visa waiver program that you were going to get married on this trip, that is a really big problem.
No.
Okay.
On this trip, I was staying temporarily and going to go back home again. My house is still there.
Okay.
I'm, you know, children.
So here's what I say, Mandy. You guys really need a lot of help. I think we can fix all this. And I hate to say this, but they're going to go easy on you because you're from the UK. If you were from Nigeria, they would come after you with big swords. But
Okay, I'm a bit ashamed of that
yeah, I know.
advantage, but hey,
It is what it is. So I suggest that you send me an email and say, Jim, I'm Mandy. I was on the show and I need to talk to you about my pending I-130, my 485, and my husband. The most important thing is your husband to apply for citizenship. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
He needs to do that, like I said yesterday, and that's gonna clear all this up. And you should stay here until then.
Okay. And do I expedite it?
Expedite what? His citizenship?
His citizenship. Can you do that?
We'll go quick. It's an election year. There. I mean, we filed for someone in our office. We filed, and she has her interview 6 weeks after we filed, and she'll have her ceremony a month after that. So it should be fine. And you don't have your green card on file yet. So, right, you've confused them by filing a standalone I-130, but to me, that just demonstrates that you didn't know what the heck you were doing. And so
absolutely,
that goes to your intent. All right.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Mandy?
I will email you, and thank you very much. I know I've taken up quite a lot of your time. Yeah, good luck everybody else on your journey.
See ya.
And I'll contact you. Thank you.
Yep. Oh boy. Wow, that's something. Lots of little. It's funny. Sometimes there's a phrase in English called "death by 1,000 cuts." So it's not like any one big mistake. It's lots of very little mistakes, right? So I think we can fix all that. But it's that's one where you sort of hold your breath when you hear all of it. So what a nice person. All right, Roland is here. Hello, Roland.
Hello, Jim.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good, man. What's up?
I'm good. This is my first time.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. So I have an elder brother who is pursuing his master's in business administration in the United States. He entered the United States on March 20th. His program start date was on 1st April.
Okay.
When he got to United States, we have a cousin in Florida, so he went to stay with a cousin from the 20th till the 1st April.
Sure.
And he realized that he was supposed to pay the tuition deposit, and then that was a bit more than he estimated. And then he was thinking of transferring the school to a different university. But he's not sure if he has to report to the actual school before he applies to the other university, because if he reports to the other school, he's supposed to pay the tuition deposit, and then when he gets admission to the transfer school, he's also going to make another tuition deposit.
So this is a real problem. So remember, before you come to the United States, the school is supposed to tell you all the expenses that you're going to have, and you promise when you get your F1 visa that you have the financial ability to pay the tuition. So there shouldn't have been a surprise. Can he prove that there was a surprise? Can he prove that the number that they told him back home didn't match what happened when he got here? Can he prove that?
I think so. I think he can.
Okay. So generally what you're telling me and what the scenario that you're describing, it actually happens fairly often. USCIS won't like it. Eventually the embassy won't like it. But I would say, here's the deal. If he goes to the other school, gets a new I-20 and starts at that school on time and does what he planned to do all along, just does it at a different school. Like if he actually graduates, nobody's going to care. But if he only hangs out for 6 months and then tries to get married or something, then people are going to be pissed because they're going to think he didn't do what he said he was going to do. So I'm okay with it if he's planning on actually getting his degree and doing everything he was supposed to. I'm not okay with it if he's just using it to buy time so that he can go find a spouse and stay.
Okay. No, that's not the issue at all.
Okay, good.
And then she wanted to know if there's a duration that he has to do
Yeah,
it.
yesterday. He should get enrolled in the new school yesterday. He needs to hurry up. He shouldn't waste one day. He should be moving as fast as he can.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, Roland.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Okay, come back soon. See ya. USA, USA, USA. What's up, USA?
Hello, man. How you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's been a moment tonight since I came back to the show.
All right,
But
all right. Well, welcome back.
thank you. So Jim, it's been 14 months that I am waiting for my I-130 and for my work permit, for my everything since I filed.
Okay.
I just recently gave them the medical exam
That's good.
like 2 weeks ago, and I'm just waiting. I'm just wondering, what do you think? Like, it's gonna take longer, or it's gonna be quicker? What do you think?
Were you in status at the time that you filed, or were you out of status at the time that you filed?
I hope you remember my case, but I came on a G1, then switched to F1, and then after a year I got married.
I don't remember your case. I don't remember anybody's case. So, was your J1 subject to Rule 212E or no?
No,
You sure?
no, yeah, I am.
You came for work and travel?
Yes, I came for work and travel.
Okay. If they ask for your medical, I think it should happen pretty quickly. I think you should be fine. I think probably another month or so.
Like, do you think like an interview, or they're gonna approve it right away?
I think when they ask for the medical, that's usually a sign that it's going to be approved without a medical. Not right away, like you said, but I think that it'll be quick.
Hopefully. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
See you, buddy.
See you.
All right. I got some bad news this week, my friend. So when I became Muslim, I worked as a lawyer. I was a baby lawyer, and there was a guy who worked in my building, but not for my company. His name was Umar, and Umar. I would see him at the mosque, and I knew he worked in my building. So one time came back. We hadn't met yet. And I went up the elevator. I forgot about this. I went up the elevator with him, and he gets out. He was on one floor below us, so he gets out, and right as the door starts opening, I go, "Assalamu alaikum," and he like flipped out. He didn't know what was going on. And so he stopped the elevator, and we talked, and I introduced myself, and he had me, when people want to convert to Islam and they meet Muslims, then the Muslims always invite them over for dinner. So, so he had me over for dinner, and he's one of the guys that helped me learn how to pray. He moved to Washington, D.C. about, 15 years ago, almost 20 years ago, maybe. And we stayed in touch, but I've been meaning to see him when I go to DC. Yeah, Ashburn, I became Muslim in 1998. In any event, his son was in a motorcycle accident on Sunday, and died. He died on Monday. So very sad to hear that. So my son Yusuf is wanting to, Yusuf loves theater, and he found out that Ray Fiennes, you guys know who Ray Fiennes is? He was in The Menu and Schindler's List, and he's Voldemort. He's been performing in London in Macbeth, and they're doing it in Washington, D.C. So it's funny. I was on my way to the mosque thinking about Umar and his son in D.C. and how I need to go see Umar. And Yusuf says, "Dad, Ray Fiennes is going to perform Macbeth in D.C." And so I thought I could go see The Office, go see my friend Umar, and the kid was 24, and see my son. I've had a couple of friends who've lost children around 20s are a dangerous age. 20s are a dangerous age. Motorcycles are dangerous too, but every day, just lucky that we're all still here. We are all still here. Lucky for us. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. We got some good news after that downer from Jim. Hello, I got my green card.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. I came on your show like a couple of months after applying for my green card, and I was like, how long do you think it'll take? And you're like, well, wait, 2 years.
Is that how long it was?
No, 17 months. So, yeah, very lucky, but I got my green card. I had a question. My parents have been in the US for 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have any immigration benefit. So is their only option like waiting until I become a citizen?
So did they enter with inspection or without inspection?
With inspection. They came on a visitor's visa.
So they still have proof of all that?
Yeah.
So tell mom and dad that other than their wonderful children like you, that's the most valuable thing they own. So they've got to keep that someplace really safe, like lock it up. And I would take digital pictures of it tonight so that we always can prove that they entered.
Yeah.
There's no line to get into, no form to fill out, no fee to pay. The only thing they can do is wait for you to get your citizenship. Did you get your green card through marriage?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So 3 years, you get your citizenship, and then you turn around and apply for them. We're doing that right now for a client of ours. He and they had been ordered deported. He married a U.S. citizen. He got an approved I-130. We went to the immigration court, got his deportation order set aside. We waited the 3 years. He just became a citizen, and now we're helping his mom and dad. We're doing the exact same thing, trying to set aside. So at least they don't have to do all that stuff with the deportation order. So
yeah.
they're just chilling till their wonderful daughter becomes a U.S. citizen, and then they're good to go.
And so then what about like unlawful working and stuff like that? Like it'll all be forgiven?
I'll be forgiven, just like for a spouse. That's a great thing about being an immediate relative. Now, the one thing that they'll focus on and tell your parents to think about a little is false claims to citizenship. So whenever someone's been in the United States for like 20 years without status and they've worked, then sometimes if they want to be jerks, they'll go back and they'll try to look at your old employment records if they can find them. That's only happened to our clients a couple times. Mm. Usually they'll just take their word for it. Did you ever make a false claim to U.S. citizenship? No. So.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So yeah, we're waiting for that, but it was great news.
I'm happy. Congratulations. Did you get a 10-year card?
No, I didn't. No. Yeah, it's a conditional one, so I have to wait a year and 9 months, roughly, right? So, yeah.
All right, great. Well, thanks for the good news.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Have a good weekend. All right. Dimshi's here. Hello, Dimshi. Dimshi, are you there? You're on mute. All right. Dimshi's out of here. Paulo got some bad news. My 751 got denied. That dog doesn't look too happy about that. That's not good news. Do you think working without authorization will be forgiven if Trump wins? I believe that's statutory, and that's not something Trump can deal with. But I think the bigger question is, are they going to be able to wait long enough if Trump gets elected for her to get her citizenship? That's probably the biggest thing. Nurse Laura said the hardest thing about working in the prison was finding about the inmates who killed or tortured kids. I hated learning about what people did to land them in there. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if anybody's read the book Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson. Brian Stevenson runs the Equal Justice Initiative down in Alabama, and he helps people on death row. And one thing he says, and I try to view this for most people, is that we shouldn't judge people by what they did on the worst day of their lives. But, you know, some people in prison, they're supposed to be there because they did some really bad stuff. But I understand the sentiment on both sides, and God bless Nurse Laura for everything she does and did. Brian is here. Hello, Brian. Brian, are you there? Brian, I can get you off camera. Is that what you want? You want to get off camera?
Yeah.
You're off camera. Go ahead.
Hey, Jim, I have a question about F1. My friend was on scam OPT at a tech company, and she got laid off last month, and she wanted to apply for unemployment in Massachusetts. Can that affect the public charge?
This is the petitioner or the beneficiary?
Oh, she's on OPT. F1 student, OPT, STEM, OPT.
Well, okay, so they have bigger problems about being unemployed than public charge. I mean, why are they worried about public charge? Are they going to apply for being a green card? Are they going to apply for a green card?
Yeah, she wanted to apply for unemployment. Is it unemployment benefit just to get to survive?
I get that, but why? What's their long-term plan? If you're unemployed on OPT, that's a problem, and usually you got to go. So what's the deal?
Oh, she want to stay afterwards.
But how?
I don't know. It was just a question. I was just telling her don't, but you just wanted to get.
What I'm saying is, just getting a little unemployment is not going to make someone a public charge. But this person has bigger problems, like their F1 is going to come to an end because of too much unemployment, and then they're not going to be able to do anything else.
Oh, what about if she gets married in future and wants to get a green card? Will it affect?
I don't think so. No, I think if she can show that she's been gainfully employed most of the time and that she has skills, she's probably not going to get denied for public charge.
Oh, okay. That's what I had.
Bye, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh man, Nurse Laura just brought up my favorite book and play and movie. I just finished Les Mis. I read the whole thing, Nurse Laura, not in French, but I read it. It took me 3 months from November till January. It was great. And it's coming to St. Louis, and it's my favorite musical, and I can't wait. I love the book and the redemption of Jean Valjean and the sinisterness, is that a word? The sinister nature of Javert. Man, Victor Hugo nailed it. Shane Windley is here. Hello, Shane. Are you driving?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I've just got my.
Oh, I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you when you're driving, buddy. All right. Sorry about that. Sai is here. Hello, Sai. Sai's locked up. I don't think we have Sai.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Sai.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for doing this. I have a travel coming up, and I have a couple of questions regarding that.
Okay, go ahead.
So I am currently on F1 OPT. My passport expired, and I have the new passport, but my F1 visa is in the old passport. So is that okay when coming back?
Yeah, is your F1 visa expired or is it still valid?
It's valid till December of this year.
And are you on your original OPT or STEM extension?
This is the original OPT.
And when are you going to get a STEM extension or no?
I'll be getting, yeah.
And when does your OPT end? Like in July?
No, November.
November. Okay. And when do you want to travel?
Traveling next week, and I'll be flying back on May 10th. So like a month.
So you don't have to go get a stamp. You don't have to get a new visa stamp. You're not doing that, right? And you have a valid I-20 for your STEM or for your OPT.
Yes.
And you have your old passport and your new passport.
Correct.
Generally, I'm okay with it. I would definitely bring proof that you're, working at your job on OPT, that you're doing all that. I'd have an employment letter and payroll stubs. I would definitely document that, and then I would even be prepared to demonstrate how I'm eligible for STEM OPT, so that nobody can say, "Oh, I don't know if we're going to let you back in. Your OPT is just about up." So you could say, "Yeah, sucker. I have a STEM. It's on the list. I'm going to apply for STEM. I've been employed the whole time. I didn't violate my F1 at all during my time in the United States. Let me back in. I think you'll be fine."
Okay, and just one last thing. So I had transferred my university. So the F1 visa has the CVS ID from like a previous one, because I had taken a break and I came back to a different one. So the CVS ID on my current I-20 and on my F1 visa are not the same. So will that be okay?
No, I mean, you want to bring all your I-20s And if I were you, what I would do is I would have a chart, because remember, this interaction is going to be a pretty quick interaction. So you want to make it drop dead simple for them to figure out that Psy should be allowed back in the United States. So I'd have a chronology of your whole F1 history with your CVIS record, your CVIS, your I-20s, your CVIS school codes, all that stuff. I'd have a nice little chart so they can just look at it. I mean, don't pull it out unless they ask you to.
Got it. Yeah.
But yeah.
Just have it ready. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck, Sai.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
See you, buddy. Yep. All right. That was Sai. I'm getting a lot of love in the comments. A lot of good discussion. Ziba and Nurse Laura talking. I always like to see that. Temi sends happy Ramadan wishes. Thank you, Temi. All right. Let's see. Mansoor, are you there? Hello, Mansoor.
Hello, Jim. Hi.
How are you?
Thank you so much, Jim.
Sure.
Thank you for giving comments. I just want to say, Jim, if I go to Tajikistan, I'm actually from Afghanistan, but the situation is not good in my country. I want to go to Tajikistan, but they will give me 3-month visa just. I can apply for refugee in Tajikistan. Embassy will give me interview for I-130 if I approve my case.
So the question is, Jim, if I can get into Tajikistan, and I mean, the problem is going to be timing, right? So I don't know if 2 months in Tajikistan is enough time for you to be able to convince the National Visa Center to transfer your case there.
Yeah, but they just give me United Nations card, just a refugee card. I don't know, NBC or embassy, they will give me interview for at that card, or should I have visa?
Mansoor, you're breaking up, buddy. I have no idea. I don't know. Are you there? Hello? Oh, we lost Mansoor. All right. Kay is here. Hello, Kay.
Hi, Jim. How are you? Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Happy Ramadan.
Thanks. What's up?
Yes. So, just a little bit about me. I'm on H-1B visa. I filed for my perm under EB2, and my priority date is September 26th. I was initially on a J1 visa, so I'm working in Missouri with a J1 waiver. My waiver will be ending in July 25th.
You mean you're a doctor? You're on that Conrad waiver program?
Yes. No. DRA. I'm under DRA because the Mississippi Delta. It's similar to the Conrad. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Got it.
Yeah. Yes. So I like the group that I work for, but I just don't like where I live. So I talked to my employer. I was like, I want to continue to work for the group, but I would like to work remotely from the East Coast. And it's hard for them to recruit people locally. So they said yes, that they will allow me, but they're kind of resisting, the entire process. So my question for you is, when can I leave my employer after I get my I-140 approved?
So, generally, I'm conservative about that, so I don't like people to just jump right away. But more importantly, because this is a medical situation, I want you to email me, and I'm going to connect you. I have a friend that I refer all my medical stuff to, doctors and things, especially people on J's who need that waiver, because I don't want anything to screw that up. Send me an email, and I'll introduce you to Tiffany over the weekend, and you can ask her.
Okay. So okay. But okay. So what email do I email you?
Yeah, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Okay, at hacking. So okay. So I have another question for you.
Sure.
I have a lawyer under my company, this group, but I always fact check that lawyer because I believe he has the interest of the group, not my interest. Yes. So the other, yeah, so he's telling me even if they if I move to the East Coast, and get my mail, like my main address, like somewhere in the East Coast, that is also gonna delay the process, because the cases, like, I don't know, he's talking about the service, field offices or USIS offices on the East Coast are different from Missouri and the
No,
mid.
no, it's because the wage analysis might be different. So remember, all of our immigration laws were designed before telemedicine, right? So
Yes.
technology and people's ability to work has far outpaced our antiquated, ancient immigration laws. So I think probably what they're concerned with is that you might have to do a new prevailing wage or something. I don't know, but
Yes. Okay.
that's what I would suspect, because there's a legal question. If you're working in the Mississippi Delta but you're living in Philly, should that hospital or group be paying Philly wages or the prevailing wage in the Missouri Mississippi Delta? I
Yeah.
think that's the deal.
Yeah, but my waiver is gonna be done. I'm gonna be done with my J1 waiver this July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
but what I'm talking about still applies to the green card itself.
Okay, got you. Okay.
The perm and all that, that's for the green card, not for the waiver.
Yes, got you. Okay, my last question. So my H-1B visa stamp is ending in July the 26th. I have a trip, international trip, in July 17th, and I'll be back on like July 25th. Is that a problem?
No, do not do this. Do not.
Don't. Yeah. Okay.
No way.
Okay. So when is the safest that I can come back? Like a month before, if I want to take a trip internationally? Like, is it okay if I travel in June and come back in June, but when it's my visa stamp is ending on July 26th?
What country are you from?
My passport is Saudi Arabia.
How long have you been in the United States? A long time, right?
Yes, since 2010.
Man, I don't know, dude. I don't want you traveling at all. Sorry.
Yes, got you. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're close. I mean, we're this part now. We're April, May, June. 3 months till it expires. I don't like it.
Yes. Okay.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm overseas now. I'm home in Saudi Arabia for Ramadan, and I'll be back April 8th.
Oh, why didn't you get a new stamp while you were there?
Because my remember I told you the H-1B, the 3-year is expiring 7/26. The lawyer did not give me another one. Like, I don't have, they did not renew my contract, because we're debating whether I continue with them locally in Missouri or live like on the East Coast. So I did ask the lawyer before I leave. He said, no, we cannot get you another H-1B extension.
So you're still on your original 3 years?
Yes.
But they wouldn't cough up the dough to sponsor you for another H-1B.
They will, but we're in a negotiation step right now.
I got you. Well, get your butt back here and don't go again.
Okay, until I figure out this.
Everything else.
Okay, sounds good. I'm glad I asked. Thank you, Jim. Thanks for everything that you do.
See you, Kay. All right, that was Kay. That was like a law school exam question. This is why, I know enough about the medical field, and I've done some adjustments after a Conrad waiver, but those were based on marriage, not on employment. So that's pretty tricky. All right. Dimshi's back. Let's see if we can get Dimshi. Dimshi, you there? You're on mute. We can't hear you. I don't think Dimshi can hear us. Juan's been waiting. Hello, Juan.
Hey, how are you doing, Jim?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a quick question. I've spoke with you before. You actually recommended that I file my writ of mandamus suit through you guys.
Okay.
I did reach out to your office. I had paid the fees and everything, but they actually just sent me an email saying that they're going to refund me, that they do not, they don't recommend that I file the writ of mandamus right now. Is it are they not processing those lawsuits right now, or what's going on?
The 601?
For the I believe it's the 601A.
Yeah. Yep. I told them that. I agreed with that decision. Yeah. Those cases are all stuck in litigation of class action types. And we had no confidence that filing the lawsuit would help you. So I told them I agreed with Christina's decision to send you the money back.
Okay. So there's nothing that at this point that we could do to.
No, there's these class actions that have actually reached the circuit court. So they're like a step away from the Supreme Court. It's just, this is why I don't file big group lawsuits, because they always get bogged down. Nobody does jack shit. This is why I do them one at a time. So they sort of screwed it up for you, if that makes sense.
Right. So what happens with that class action suit? I mean, if anything at all gets settled with that suit, like am I included in that suit?
Yeah, you are.
Now, are they suing just so that they could like they could speed up the process of all these cases, or what is the basis of the lawsuit?
That's exactly right. Yep, it's like my lawsuits, but it's like they want to make it a class action so that USCIS has to like fix its processes and decide these cases faster. That's why it's dumb. I don't like those lawsuits.
Okay. No, I just wanted to get it from you and make sure that there was nothing else that I could do at this point.
No, they checked with me.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it.
See you, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, if we don't think the lawsuit's going to help, we'll send you that money back. And man, there've been some nasty people calling our office this week, mad that we sued for them, mad that the way we handle things. There's just, it happens like twice a year where you sign these cases up, you try to help people. A lot of times it's people who've been through trauma, but man, there's some nasty people saying nasty things about people on our team. And I'm just like, get them the fuck out of here. Just get them out of here. Whatever it takes, just get them out of here. I don't appreciate it. You know, I'm not the smartest guy in the world because one person's lawsuit worked, and I'm not the dumbest person in the world because someone else's lawsuit didn't work. If an asylum case gets denied, it doesn't make me a moron, and if an asylum case gets approved, it doesn't make me a genius, right? There's a lot that we can do as attorneys, but the attorney is always on your side. At least at our office, the attorney is always on your side. So why these people turn on us and get so nasty? It's just gross. Like if I told you the things that they say and the notes that they send in, it's just gross. All right, I'm gonna try Mansoor one more time. Mansoor, you there?
Yes, Jim.
Hi, buddy.
Thank you. Jim, I have another question. My I-130 is pending. My case sent back from embassy to USCIS. I respond to RFE.
Yeah.
Can I apply for K3 visa or should I sue? I don't know what to do. My approval 2020. Almost 4 years. I'm waiting.
I would need to look at the notice of intent to revoke and what you sent back. I would need to look at that before I told you whether you could sue.
Yeah, but that time, can I apply for K3 visa?
It's a waste of time. State Department doesn't recognize them. You got bigger problems than a K3. K3 is not going to fix your problem. They don't believe your marriage. They don't believe you're eligible to marry. They don't want you to come to the United States. That's why they send it back to USCIS.
Yeah. They will speed up I-130 if I apply for K3.
Okay. All right, then. Mansoor's not listening. K3 is not going to help you. All right. Donna's right. Don't let them draw me out. I won't, Donna, on your good advice. Everyone was asking about Benson. Earlier, they were asking about Benson when he sued the immigration detention facility where all the ICE detainees were. That was on a Sunday. I'm going to say about 3 or 4 months ago. I don't know if anybody remembers when Benson was on, but that was my favorite episode. Everyone was asking recently, what was your favorite episode? All right. Tomorrow, episode 575. Actually, I think we know what time, Huli. I set the time, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Oh, look at her. Oh, she's all ready. 3 p.m. And Huli, I even remembered. I'm going to turn on the music. I got you. So 3 p.m. Central tomorrow. Noor has one game tomorrow, and it's at high noon. So I should be back and in this chair tomorrow at 3. Big up to all the yardies from the Bahamas, from Trinidad and Tobago, from Jamaica, all the yardies all over the land. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back at 3 p.m. Central tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 28th day of Ramadan. So that'll be the 28th. The 27th day of Ramadan. Yeah, because tonight's the 27th night of Ramadan. That's right. Okay. So tomorrow's the 28th. Ramadan should end, inshallah, on Tuesday. So we'll do shows up through Tuesday, maybe one on Wednesday. That's Eid. I don't know if I'll squeeze one in there. Probably because Amani will be gone. Maybe I'll do one late Wednesday. And then I'm taking off probably until the next Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Safe travels, Hina. We'll see you guys all, and have a great night. Oops, haha. No, I didn't forget, Huli. Ha ha ha. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are